Welcome, Dark Warriors. This is Rumen. Be sure to look around and appreciate the music and scenery. Anyway, there is a skill point that I want to get. The skill point is actually a lot easier to get later, but it is faster and more convenient to get it now because it saves you a revisit. So you want to come over here to kill all these enemies right here on the map. You can get this skill point anywhere on this level, but it is easiest to get it right there on the map. So get out the blaster. Then you want to start shooting ships that cross your path here. And it might take a while because these ships appear very slowly. So there's one. Want to wait for it to get in range. There we go. Yeah, be sure to do this one now, because this is an easy skill point to overlook. Yeah, you actually want to just sit here and start shooting ships, and eventually you will get a skill point if you just keep on shooting ships that happen to cross your path here. Later on, you get a weapon that makes this go by a lot faster, but nah, let's just do it now. We don't have to worry about it later. Doing it now with this slower weapon helps us appreciate the scenery and the music, because you're panning the weapon around, looking at the skyboxes, looking at the trees. All right, there we go. That is that skill point. You get that skill point from shooting ships on Eudora. And then you want to come over here, up there. You want to do a big jump like that. And there you go. A gold bolt right next to a skill point. That's awesome. Super convenient right there. You can come over here to the vendor, kill you. The vendor. And here we have the Glove of Doom. This is a fan favorite of Insomniac. Insomniac says that this is their favorite weapon in the game. But in my opinion, it is overpriced, and it's only useful in... Wait, why is Buddy's glitching up there? Anyway, this weapon is overpriced in my opinion. It is very useful on one planet and only one planet. So I'll recommend saving it for later. So yeah, we're going to save on the money right now. And yeah, be sure to break all these crates, get all the bolts. Now, technically, it is faster to do this planet later, because later, if you do this planet after a certain point, you do get a convenient shortcut that cuts out most of the planet. But we're just going to do it now, because doing this planet now gives us a lot of bolts, and it makes it so we can do this planet in one foul swoop without any revisits. So we're going to cut down on the revisit and do this planet right now. And I'll be sure to show the shortcut later anyway, when we get there. But, you know, if we want to save time, then yeah, just do this planet now. It makes it so we don't have to revisit it later. Bolt crank here. So these, you just use your wrench on them, and Ratchet will spin around the crank, and he will start spinning it. Some bolts there. This is something we'll get into later. If you do this planet later, then you can get a thing to spawn out of that and help you in combat, but it's really not that helpful on this planet specifically. The planet is easy enough without it. This is a 100% playthrough where I like to go through the game as conveniently as possible. So if you want to do the least amount of revisits, then do this planet now. There you go, pick up some ammo from those crates. Full ammo already, 200 right there. You can go through the whole game with just the blaster if you want. I'm being serious. In fact, the blaster is so good that the super weapon in Ratchet Clank 2... So every Ratchet Clank game has a super weapon. It's a weapon that is the hardest weapon to acquire. It is the most expensive weapon in every game. And the super weapon in every Ratchet Clank game is a little different. The super weapon in Ratchet Clank 2 is actually really similar to this weapon. So I like to think that this weapon kind of inspired that weapon in Ratchet Clank 2. So there we go. The blaster does stagger organic enemies, just not robots. I love that attention to detail because it implies that on robots, the blast actually just pierces their armor or like bounces off them, but on organic enemies, you know, organic enemies aren't made of metal, so it's gonna stagger them. Kill all these enemies very quickly with the blaster because the blaster is just freaking broken. There we go. See, look how good the blaster is. We just cleared this entire room of enemies very quickly. Gonna got the bomb glove to show the bomb glove some love. Also, here's another area where it looks like there should be a gold bolt, but there is no gold bolt for some reason. I don't know. Personally, if I was making this game, I'd put a gold bolt there. I think the developers really, you know, missed their mark there. Bad game. Anyway, I'm just joking. I love this game. So over here, break these crates, call the enemy, get all these bolts. The bomb glove is very, very good in this game. Be sure to appreciate it. Be sure to use it. It kills these robot guys in one hit. Also, I like how the robot guys look like Clank. It implies that, you know, Clank is one of them. Clank is a defect of one of Drex's robots. So, yeah, it's pretty cool attention to detail. They all have Clank's iconic green eyes. Oh my gosh, I am bad. Okay, so high jump up here, and you can get a bunch of money. I kept flipping right there because I'm just bad at this game. If you're using this as a walkthrough, then you know, be sure to be better at the game than I am. There we go, break all those crates. Look at this tree, the hole there in the tree. All right, you can jump down there if you want. No reason to though. Just brings you back to an earlier part of the level. I like how this game, like, the levels are linear, but they wrap around themselves very well. So if you need to go back to your ship for whatever reason, then you can just jump down there, go over there, and jump over that railing. Pretty useful shortcut right there. And go over here. Gonna get the pyrocitor. Don't get hit like I am. Where's the other guy? Oh my gosh, there we go. Something useful about this game is you can hit enemies off screen in this game. In the later Ratchet Clank games, the engine was changed a little bit. So you can't actually hit enemies unless they're in your field of view. So let's pretend this tree stump right here is an enemy. So I'm standing here, I get out the blaster, I shoot it like that. If this was Ratchet Clank 2, I would not be hitting the tree stump because it's out of view. But in this game, you can kill enemies off screen, which is pretty convenient. It's not a problem in the later Ratchet & Clank games once you start actually playing the game, you know. Once you start playing the games and you get immersed, you don't really notice enemies don't die off screen. But in this game, you know, it makes everything a little easier. Some ammo there. I got 162 blaster ammo, even though I've just been spamming this weapon this entire time. There we go. I really like the animation of this thing, of this platform folding in on itself. Big jump there. Yeah, look at this guy. He has these eyes that kind of look like Clank's eyes, and he has a green chest plate. Kind of like, you know, Clank has the green eyes. It's because Clank is one of their kind. So also, this guy looks big and intimidating, but the blaster just completely destroys him. Blaster is really one of the best weapons in this game. Super underrated. So that was Glove of Doom ammo right there. That is because the game assumes that you bought the Glove of Doom ammo, but we are going to save the Glove of Doom for later because, you know, we're going to save on money. So, all right, there. Break these crates. Go over here. Break these crates. There. Okay, now hit you. Yeah, even though those enemies are very large, they only go down in 2 hyper strike swings. Most enemies in this game go down in a few hyper strike swings. This is a very good move right here. Super good. It was nerfed in the later Ratchet and Clank games because how good it was. The wrench is actually a really good weapon in general. It has a good range. You can throw it and then it comes back to you. If you get an enemy caught in the crossfire of that, then you can hit the enemy. Then you can hit whatever enemy you're fighting twice. Very good. All right, blaster. Kill all those enemies. Look how good the blaster is. I just destroyed all those enemies in like a second. Man. I swear this room is pretty tough if you use like any other weapon, but yeah, just blaster. Just blast the enemies. Running around collecting all these bolts. There we go. Go. All right. Whoa, look how low that ship is flying. Whoa, I probably could have touched that one if I ran up to it in time. All right, look at that. Shiny thing in the distance. What is that? Another gold bolt? Let's see. There we go. Just kill all these enemies. Oh, look at all these bolts. Dude, we have 10,000 bolts. Oh my gosh, we have so much money. There we go. Look, gold bolt.
Sweet.
Sweet. This is not a gold bolt.
Suck cannon can vacuum up multiple enemies, then fire them out as high-caliber missiles. Caution, enemies must be small enough to fit inside the barrel.
It just looks like a gold bolt from a distance. Because I remember when I was first playing this game, I was like, oh, we just went down this big path for one gold bolt. But no, it's a cool weapon. Very underrated weapon. Very useful weapon later during a specific part. But it is not going to be useful for a while. But when it is useful, it is very useful. Right, over here. And there's our ship. That's right, look at that. This whole level wrapped around itself. Very cool. So that path ends where the level begins. Yeah, super, super cool right there. All right, we're going to run over here. And now we have a Trespasser puzzle. This one should be a little harder than the first Trespasser puzzle. But it shouldn't be too difficult. So you want to connect those two there, and that there, and that there. That's one of the easier ones in this game. Also, listen to the music change. That's cool. The music just changed tempo there. It's a whole new different song that's completely different from the other song, but even though it's completely different, it still fits the level just as well. That's cool. Let's take a moment to appreciate these pods here. Like, I always wondered what these were. Like, are these, like, portable homes that are mounted up on the mountainsides? Very cool. So the music changes to reflect that this path over here is less combat focused. We're going to be doing some platforming instead. Crank this bolt crank there. There is a pretty annoying bug that I think is more common in the PS3 version, the PS2 version. I could be wrong on that. But sometimes when you are using these bolts here, the platforms that go in place don't actually work. So those slingshot targets won't appear and these platforms won't appear. If that happens, then go into your pause menu, go into options, save the game. So save here like this, and then you want to load the game again and then come back down the path, and that will help these platforms actually work and stuff, so you can actually jump on them. All right, there you go. These slingshot targets right here, very commonly sometimes don't appear if you crank that bolt crank there. All right, gonna Trespasser. That like that. That like that. That like that. Ah, I'm ballsy. I like hitting the explosive crates with the wrench, because if you're just the perfect distance away, you can hit him with the wrench and you won't get exploded. But you need to be a very specific distance. I think it's satisfying to try to hit him like that.
You sure showed him.
I suppose I did.
Is your current occupation leaving a rotten taste in your mouth? Then you need to know about BTS, Vlog Tactical Research Station. Hi, I'm Supreme Executive Chairman Drek, and we here at BTS are seeking motivated individuals to fill positions in these exciting careers. Grind boot tester, warhead assembly technician, mutant animal husbandry, robot repairman, suck cannon test dummy, and administrative assistant. So call BTS. Build our weapons while you build your future.
I'm calling BTS today.
Now we're talking. Did you see all the cool gadgets they're making? Let's go get some.
No, we must continue our search for Captain Quark.
You're absolutely right.
I am?
Sure, we need to find Quark. Although when we find him, wouldn't it be nice to be able to tell him where Chairman Drek is?
I suppose.
Well, we go to the space station and talk to the scientists. They work for Drek, so they're bound to know where he is.
I am unsure about your logic.
Ah, you think too much. Come on, let's go.
Infobot for Blarg Tactical Research Station. So that's cool. So we came to this planet to confront that guy in that cutscene. He dropped the infobot. And because we came to this planet, we also found this other very cool gadget. So I like how this game, you know, we come to these planets and we just happen to stumble across things that help us. Also, look at the animations on this weapon. I love how the nozzle there, or the barrel of the gun there, it like spins as you use it. That's cool. It really makes this weapon feel like a piece of machine. Anyway, I'm gonna position myself. See, that's what I'm talking about. I love hitting these crates with the wrench like that, just far away enough so you don't get hit. Ideally, you want to, you know, throw your wrench at them, but I like to play hardcore, you know what I mean? All right, collect all these bolts, and just like that, very conveniently, the level wraps around on itself again. So yeah, we're back at the ship. We're gonna go on our ship, but first, let's go up here. Then we can break these. Am I stuck? And then we can break these crates for a little extra money. I have 10,000 bolts right now. If you really, really want to, then you can buy this, but I recommend saving it for later if you want to be optimal and stuff. All right, let's go to the ship. All right, here is the log. We got all the missions there, and we have the gold bolt there. And next time we'll be going to the Blarg Station, Nebula G34. And thank you so much for watching, Dark Warriors.